It's Adele. Magic in the morning, 10 minutes away from 7 o'clock. Glad you're with us on this Monday morning. We'll have your weather forecast, which is going to be a good bit warmer than this morning, coming up in about a half hour. That'll be just after our morning cash call. And at 7:30, we'll take birthday, anniversary, graduation day calls, things of that nature. So stay with us. We mentioned we were going to be joined by Erin Galarza. Erin works at Dan Wyann's physical therapy office, which is located in the, well, depending on how you look at it, the back half of Corner Medical. First off, we want to say good morning to Erin. How are you?
Good morning. I'm good. How are you?
I'm a little chilly. We had 37 degrees in our driveway this morning, 32 degrees coming in, and you said you're just a tiny bit warmer?
Yep, a little bit.
Well, I've got my coffee to warm us up. Folks, if you don't know Erin, she graduated with a Doctor of Physical Therapy degree from Pacific University in 2013. Now she's got over 8 years' experience as an outpatient orthopedic physical therapist. Now, you're with us this morning, Erin, to talk about pelvic health. But first, welcome to the air. We understand you've never been on with us before, so this is going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, thank you.
Erin, you've been at Dan's office for how long now?
Just getting to be 2 years.
All right. So you've been doing this for quite some time. I mean, obviously, this is something that interests you well before you went to Pacific University. What was the catalyst? What made you want to get into physical therapy?
That's kind of a tough one. A lot of people really seek it because of past experiences, and I just kind of found it as a great opportunity to help people. And you see them more often than other positions, other types of healthcare positions, and kind of just a great way to, socialize while you work kind of thing.
Well, physical therapy can be post-operative treatment. It can also be preventative treatment as well, correct?
Definitely.
We find it very common in the workplace that folks will reach out to fine organizations like Dan Wyann's office and have them come in and work with people in whatever field that they're in so that they can work in a safer, more efficient manner. True?
Yeah, good like body mechanics and ergonomics, lifting techniques and all those good things.
Okay, so our subject this morning, folks, again, Erin Galarza with us from Dan Wyann's physical therapy office. We're talking about pelvic health. Now, I have had some back issues here over the past year and change. Back and pelvis are obviously connected together. Mm-hmm. Do you find or have you found through your practice that there's a lot of commonalities between the two, or are each very significant?
They can be quite significantly different. Sometimes they definitely do connect when we have individuals that maybe have done extensive therapy for their backs and maybe it seems like there's a missing piece. Sometimes we can tie it back to the pelvic floor.
Okay. Now, there are also other organs and such located within the pelvic area. What have you found as common things that you've had to treat in your years of practice?
I primarily treat urinary incontinence and bowel conditions, but we also do pelvic pain and postpartum conditions as well as sometimes prolapse.
Okay, so now are we talking things like, say, urinary tract infections along that line as well, or?
No,
okay.
Not particularly. That's usually more of a medical condition.
Okay. Well, and you mentioned postpartum. That was something that hadn't even popped into my mind here as we were headed into the conversation. What are some of the problems that women are experiencing after they have had a child?
There's just a lot of changes in the body after giving birth. It's a pretty significant experience. And so sometimes the urinary leakage, sometimes pelvic pain that's new, or sometimes things just feel different, and being able to kind of help support that whole region and get back to a normal sensation, so you could do all the things you want to do with that new kiddo.
Okay, so what are some of the things that you would instruct a new mother to do in a situation like this? Their exercises? Is there diet involved in this as well?
On occasion, diet's a factor, but a lot of times it's maybe retraining of those muscles. If there is a lot of pain, sometimes it's actually downtraining those muscles. And so having a conversation with their physician is usually the best bet. And then if physical therapy seems appropriate, then they can, come in and get really a full evaluation, because it can be so variable person to person.
Well, that's right. I mean, everybody's body moves in a different manner. I mean, all the parts are the same, right. But everybody moves in different. If there was something that seems to be the most common denominator in your course of study revolving around this issue, what would it be? What would you like to share with our listeners?
Yeah, I don't know if there's any common factors kind of things that lead to denominators, but I think a lot of it is just retraining. Sometimes people think that urinary leakage, for example, is normal. Like, I've had a kid, therefore this is normal. And really we don't consider that to be the case. It can be quite treatable. And so I think, unfortunately, there's just a lot of lack of education out there. Partially probably our field's fault, but more that can be done to kind of conservatively help people that doesn't require maybe medication, that we can resolve or improve a lot of these symptoms with the physical therapy side of it.
Well, physical therapy can help in so many different ways, that's for certain.
Mm-hmm.
I want to tell you, Erin, it's great to have you on here and to have you on board at Dan Wyand. And if anybody has any questions, they can reach out to the office and contact you?
Yep, definitely.
Okay, how can they get in touch with you?
Our primary phone number over there is 802-748-3722. I'm actually located in the St. Johnsbury office, but they can certainly get a hold of me through reception. So.
All right. Well, we thank you for joining us. We hope you have a wonderful morning. Enjoy that coffee and enjoy your day at work, okay?
Yep, great. Thank you so much.
All right. Folks, that was Erin Galarza with us this morning from Dan Wyand Physical Therapy. As she just mentioned, you can find her in the St. Johnsbury office or by contacting her at 802-748-3722. That's our chat with NVRH. We're headed up to news from NBC and WGMT. We mentioned the other fun things we'll be doing next hour. Thanks for starting the week off with us, but more importantly, thanks for wrapping up spring with us.